So I wanted to show off, let me not use that word. In general, I just wanted to show my progress with what I got going on, because I feel like now, as of today, we're in September. I've reached my September goal essentially, and I'm working on my October goal, because the month beforehand I'm planning for the end of this month's weight, and I've been really on top of my August weight loss. Like, I've just been mad consistent with my routine, and I feel like, wow, I can actually like I can't deny it to myself anymore that I see progress. Like, now I'm seeing progress where it's like undeniably, definitely have lost some weight. Like, that's not my only goal, obviously, but it's one of my goals, clearly, you know, so I'm doing this whole thing. But I'm finally where I'm like, oh, okay, I might be doing a little something, but something. And I feel like comparatively because this shirt specifically, I just feel like I genuinely seen like, my stomach at one point was like stretching out the shirt. Obviously not that far out. Also, this shirt is backwards, so it's fitted very differently. You mentioned the shirt is backwards, but even the way that this shirt fits when it's worn correctly is genuinely different. Like, if I had
Okay, had to interrupt her for a moment. Welcome back if you watched my last video, and hello if this is your first video of mine that you're watching. I do recommend you watch part 1, but you're human with your own free will, so you'll do as you please. Now, continuing off of what I just was saying and adding to that, I wanted to really go into depth on how personally I started my journey, since so much progress has been made since the footage that you're seeing. So when it comes to exercise, obviously everyone's got their own formula for it, but I feel like there's 3 or 4 key things that truly does matter. But for me personally, the goal was to not only lose weight, but to also be healthier. And losing weight doesn't necessarily mean fat. It doesn't mean that I was necessarily unhealthy, but it does mean I wasn't where I wanted to be, and that's what's important. So I'm going to tell you what I did. So personally, I feel like what's most important and what really helped me was finding what works for me. And what I mean by that is not necessarily doing what looks like the most effective workout or routine, but doing what feels like the most effective workout or routine. I like doing things that challenge me. I like doing things where I can feel the burn, so to speak, but not anything that's going to make me feel like, like I hate this workout. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's effective, but I hate doing it. Like, there's no point in doing it when you could do something you enjoy and is just as effective. For example, I hate doing burpees. Burpees suck. Extremely effective, but hate them. But a good replacement for something like that is like mountain climbers. Or if you have bad knees and you hate jump squats, what I'm doing right now in this footage, squat pulse is perfect alternative. You're targeting all those muscles and it's not too hard on the knees because you're not completely going up and down. For me though. And not only that, but also moderation. Like, I know we love like things like the One Punch Man challenge or like things like that, or like the Chloe Ting challenge, you know, can make you feel inadequate because it's like, oh, well, I can't, you know, swim 5 meters every morning and then add a 10-mile run and then add 100 sit-ups. And you don't have to. But starting small and building up to what works for you is really helpful though. If you start one week doing 20 reps with 20 pounds and then you end the week doing 35, which is a little too fast, but But regardless, moderation is important. And along with moderation, things like rest days. You don't want to do too much, you don't want to do too little. That middle ground is right where you want to be. You don't want to do too little to the point that it's basically ineffective and you're wasting your time in the gym. But you also don't want to do too much that every day you're sore afterwards and you have to take 2 days of rest to recover up 1 day of working out. When really, you should be able to work out at least 3 to 5 days a week, take 2 to 3 rest days, and get back to your peak. But also, I wanted to preface this by saying I'm a woman, so this isn't necessarily realistic, because having that period, that luteal phase, that ovulation phase is going to make your body feel different every week. So you also have to factor that in. I feel like obviously men aren't going to necessarily get that because they don't have those bodies, and that's totally valid. But also, I feel like some women themselves don't give themselves that grace of, oh, like my body is basically changing every single week based off of what's happening in the cycle. So keep that in mind as well. Some weeks you are genuinely going to be like the Hulk because of the phase that you're in, and then some weeks you are going to be weak as shit, like extremely weak. There are some weeks where I literally feel like I can't even do 10 minutes on the treadmill walking, and then other times I can run for an hour. But listening to your body is why that's important. So when you think about that, when it comes to working out, make sure you write it down as well. Write down those days that you feel that, so you can also adjust the workout. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not able to do my peak today, but like I can walk for 15 minutes straight and maybe pull some weight. And then lastly, what I feel like is the most important, well, I guess it's two things, but mentality and consistency. If you're going to the gym just to lose weight, that's fine, but let's remind ourselves that afterwards we still need to maintain our bodies. We want our 70-year-old self to be just as spry, or at least feel as spry as our 20-year-old self. So let's remember, the goal isn't always just to lose weight, it's also just to maintain your health. Make sure you can still move the way you used to. And with that comes consistency, which I don't know if you'd put them in the same category, but they're kind of one and the same. You have to have a good mentality to be able to want to go to the gym every single day. So whatever that is for you, that's something you really have to find yourself. I couldn't even explain how I got to the point that I am. I just know I really wanted it. That's definitely another important part, is wanting it, but consistency is a part of that. Consistency is wanting it in and of itself. You have a desire to reach a certain goal or have a lifestyle, which should be the goal for everyone when it comes to health, is just make health a lifestyle. Instead of making the gym a punishment, make the gym, oh, that's the thing I do once a day that decompresses me or hypes me up. For some people, going to the gym hypes them up. For some people, it's a great wind down use. So find out what that is for you and use it. Use what works best for you. That's how you're going to become the most successful in what you want to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please comment, especially comment. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear on what I can improve on, and I want to hear what you want to see next. And please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope to see you in the next one.
Okay.
Have a blessed day.
At home workout done. At home workout completed, and the calories I wanted to get burned.